question is, how far back would you want us?
How far back can we go?
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to walk from as far back as we can, I think, right?
You want to do that, Salad, and I'll catch from the tail end?
Oh yeah, that'd be weird maybe if... I don't, yeah, I mean...
Well, it's all right here. We just want to walk in for, have motion.
Yeah, like, okay, let's go back here for a second. We might end up, your cart might end up being up here, depending on which one of these exact machines we use.
Well, no, they're...
I think it's more likely that it's going to be one of these two. So yeah, let's move the cart forward like to here-ish.
The only thing is, if this is the only unenclosed machine, we're going to end up here.
Yeah.
Or you are.
Yes. Well, let's...
So if Frank stays there, we can hear it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, because we, okay, so
Yeah, because we're going to be in front of them.
I mean,
Are you going to hit these two machines?
I think we're going to, it depends what machine they put here. We think we're going to be on these two.
Yeah.
So I don't need free press to lose there.
I don't think so. So the question is, how far do you want us?
Not right there. Right there's perfect. Yeah. I think that's like my hand right there. Yeah. And I'll go wide style? Yeah, you get both of them and I'll be whoever's talking.
Oh yeah, we're on.
Cool. Oh. Wow, it's not even loud in here right now.
No.
It's hard for everyone to hear each other. Okay. Audio sync.
Yeah, except I don't think the camera's on you.
Are you seeing me live on there?
Not yet. You're okay, we're just practicing.
Yeah. You can go anywhere you want right now. Okay, so what makes this machine unique is that it's a full simultaneous 5-axis machine. You don't need a whole big armload of options to get you a machine that's functional. The UMC series gives you a machine that's ready to run and at pretty incredible prices.
Looks good. It looks synced.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
By the time you guys have your cameras matched, your arms are gonna fall off.
There we go. Getting closer now.
Look at how good this one looks. Like, this one's all like, it looks so even weird. One of the issues with like having our own cameras is that settings get changed every time we do something else.
Fucking huge toolbox.
Can you both shoot the same thing?
That's pretty close, man.
This is sharp and smooth.
Yeah.
All fucking fuzzy and weird. Bring your camera, Sal.
Yeah, let's shoot on something close where everybody can see.
Let me get you guys to like set them down or something. Can you sit it on that? Yeah. Yeah, sit it on this side. But yeah, let's go sit it on that table over there. Just go.
They do not look the same at all.
This is so weird.
Well, they, every time they go shoot,
Yeah,
somebody shoots something else,
Yeah.
they change the settings. And
Well, let's just get 3 cameras just for live streaming. Wait.
let's get 3 of the
Let's
same
not.
cameras and then change all the settings so they're different. So that every month we have
Can we
to
just
do
pick
this.
like I know there's no such thing as like one
No.
video setting and one live stream setting, but
Sure would be nice, wouldn't
you'd
it?
think you could do like, 4 that are like 90%. And then
Yeah.
you're just like,
Yep.
it's like every race team in any motorsport is always like, oh yeah, we're gonna gotta change the settings and a new
Yeah.
bike, and you're like, don't you have like 20 years of fucking data?
Right. Don't you have a baseline?
Yeah, shouldn't you be like at 80, 90% out of the
Nope.
gate no matter what?
Nope. And then they unload and they're like, we're junk. Like, well, what happened? Well,
You can understand. I mean, I understand, and like if you're at the cutting edge and you're going as fast as it can go, every little thing, every
Yeah.
nuance matters. And you
Yep.
change tires, you're whatever, all those things. For someone who's at the ragged edge, it begins to make a difference.
Sure.
But still,
but everybody else, unless you're top notch,
oh for sure.
your skill is way below any of
Exactly.
these little minor tweaks you're making.
Exactly. That's where I'm always at. Everything I've ever ridden and driven for that matter, but even particularly riding, because it seems to have a little more of, like in my brain, it seems like it affects it a little more how nervous the bike is. But road racing, motocross, bikes, the mountain bike, all of it. Like most of what I do seems to make no fucking difference at all. I think that was better.
Or other factors contribute
Yeah.
to the point where
Oh yeah, or you're extra tired that day, or you're
Exactly.
not really on it. I think it's all for me. It's always like 50%. It's like is code for I'm fucking slow today.
Yeah.
because my brain's not in it.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, what's that famous Yogi Berra saying? 90% of it is 50% mental.
Yeah,
He
right.
totally butchered it, but
Yeah. Yeah. So important.
it's so true. The attitude going in.
Yep. There's a few exceptions. I think I've had 6 motocross bikes, and I've got the suspension revalve for my weight and my supposed ability
Right.
level and all that shit probably on 3 or 4 of them, and it feels like it's made that much difference.
Yeah.
But I had one bike that was a smaller, a 250 4-stroke, but it was like it was an X-race bike for like a one of the biggest teams, and they had done, or it was built by one of the biggest teams. It wasn't their factory bike, but it was kind of a decent AMA guy, but it had been, especially the suspension had been built by Pro Circuit, and that bike was phenomenally better.
Really, noticeably
Suspension-wise,
different.
like it never got nervous. It could, like casing a jump, like coming up short on a jump,
Yeah.
it would absorb
Oh,
the most ridiculous shit. Like I didn't really test it. It just happened to me a few times. I
just-
made a massive
you
error.
missed a jump. Yeah.
And I'm like, this is it. I'm going over the bars.
Right.
It's gonna bounce me to heaven, right now.
yeah, you
and,
figure you're
it's
gonna
just
hit. You're gonna hit, and it's gonna launch you.
Yeah, and it's just fucking amazing.
So they just got
And it wasn't even
just
valve
right.
for my weight. Like the guy that I bought it from was certainly 20 or 30 pounds lighter than I was.
Well, those guys tend to be
Yeah, they're
pretty
all
small,
fucking, they're
wiry
fucking
guys.
lean and super,
Yeah.
super fit.
Yep.
But I've never been able to replicate it again. I finally, actually I sold that bike to Kale. Kale
Really?
Martha, yeah. It's definitely more kind of his size of bike, but.
Yeah, that kind
Just-
of defines him, like a lean.
Oh yeah,
really
he was
in-shape
exactly the right person for that bike. But most of it's just like, did I change or did the bike change?
Dude. Yeah.
I just must be in a good mood. I feel like in an aggressive mood today.
It's like anything. Like you go and have a great mountain bike ride, and you're like, "What the hell? Like, what did I have for lunch?"
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, we've talked about
Yeah.
that. Or you have a great workout and you're like,
Yeah.
God, I was attacking it. And
Yeah.
then the next day you're like, if you do all those same things, and it seems like, and then the next day you're flat, or a week
tomorrow I'll
later you're
be
flat.
like, "Oh, I can't move. I'm tired. Whatever."
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Guess that's why we're down here, right?
Yeah. Seems like it'd be easier to set them up.
Yeah. Would it make sense once we get these dialed to data, like at least write these settings down? Do you think that will carry over to? Just a thought in the interest of streamlining our activities.
I would have said it more passive aggressive. Like, would it help if we wrote stuff down?
I mean, I know that things change. Everything fucking changes. We were just
it's
talking about
that
that, but
we're using two different camera bodies. One to 61, one to 66. I think in the past we've used all 61.
No, we've always used, Tyler's been using all his camera, all of them.
We've been using your three live.
well, we'll have all 61s
Sometime.
sometime, like hopefully the next week. So for the next one, it should be all 61s.
Let's just go with how it is, I guess. For now. We'll just put this.
And it is a lot darker here. Maybe the ISOs.
But it's the thing that's totally different is the frame rate, which is so bizarre.
Wow, now it's fucking quiet.
Now it's quiet. Lunchtime.
Weird. But see, it's not. We're gonna be running while they're in production, so it's gonna be loud.
Yep.
But it's not just the frame rate, it also looked like the image was being distorted.
Let me see if I can turn it off.
Yeah, look,
I'm turning it off.
it's been on, and I was taking out the USB a bunch of times, so hopefully it makes it.
It's almost like it's texturing like a 4K.
Oh fuck.
The
Whoa.
HDMI setting.
What the fuck's your problem, bro?
No, the white balance is different. The one I pressed on, the other one.
Oh man.
I think for now, both of the runners should be with the A61. That's what we'll do with the
2460 just for
Does that look better right there?
Weird. Never done that before. Alright, let's just go with it. God. Awful. Look at the difference. So that's
A cell.
a cell. Yeah, look at this. Look how distorted that is back there. See that? All the like lines are all. Look at that.
We got to shoot the same thing though, because.
Isn't that weird? Look at this.
Oh yeah.
It's weird, like crawling ants and shit. You can really see it in the stream too. Yeah. What setting is it on? Yeah. Back to factory defaults? That's not a bad idea.
I guess, like you said, that's why we do this.
Yeah.
You want to do a quick practice?
Sure.
And we're live. Welcome to Demo Day Live, November 2020 edition.
That's right. We're back here again, and this time we're here on the UMC assembly line. This is where we put together all of our UMC models, and we're going to talk about everything having to do with UMCs today.
This is UMC Day, so if it's a little bit loud out here, it's because we're on a working factory floor. We're kind of yelling at each other, but we'll
That's
make
right.
it work.
That's right.
So the UMC, it's hard to believe, has been around for 7 years. The
That's
first
crazy.
UMC 750 was shipped way back in 2013. And 7 years later, we've shipped, and I'll get the number, over whatever it is, 4,000 UMCs. It's hard to
Right,
believe.
Right. So you're going to do a total number too?
Yes, I'll get a total
awesome,
number.
Awesome.
Yep. And we went from just a UMC 750, now we have a UMC 500, 750, 1000, 1000P, UMC 1250 is coming soon.
You can get it with pallet pools. Yeah, they're crazy model lineup
Yeah,
these days.
pallet pool, robots coming, APL, all kinds of different
Yeah,
models.
Incredible. And what makes the UMC kind of unique is that it's a full simultaneous 5-axis machine that's ready to go out of the gate. You don't need a big arm load of options to make the machine functional.
Exactly.
You got full functional, 5-axis capability, and you read it at really a pretty incredible price in all cases.
So this is going to be informational, we're not going to be super salesy, but it is worth noting that a brand new UMC 500 can be on your shop floor for under $100,000,
Yeah,
which is
that's-
kind of hard to believe.
That's bananas.
And a UMC 750, the next step up, for under $125,000. So again, not going to be too salesy, but those numbers are pretty incredible, so we thought it was worth mentioning.
And that's part of the reason that it's so popular and continues. That's why
That's right.
this line is jam-packed with machines and why
Yep.
we can barely keep up with sales, really.
That's right. Matter of fact, these guys weren't super excited about us shutting them down for an hour this morning.
That's right,
so
that's right.
That's why they're still working. So
That's right. So here's the plan for today. First off, we're gonna talk with, actually Brian's gonna talk with Eric Wood. He's the engineering manager for the UMC line, and he and his engineering team are responsible for all of the new UMC designs, as well as the redesigned UMC 750.
That's right. Eric and his team took it over after the initial design, and we'll talk about that. And then we're going to go to Andrew, and Andrew's going to be with Catherine White, a manufacturing engineer, and her team are responsible for all these machines that you see here and every machine that goes out the door, making sure that we ship a quality machine. So anything having to do with machining, assembly, Catherine and her team are on it. So we'll talk to her a little bit.
That's right. Then we're going to take not really a break, but we're going to switch over to watching a short video that we put together that kind of shows you kind of stem to stern the kind of the process all the way from the raw casting where we start the UMCs out all the way to the finished machines here as they're getting ready to go out the door. And we think it's going to kind of give you a good overview of the whole entire process.
Right. I think it's about a 6-minute
Yeah,
video
6 minutes or so.
that Tyler put together. You'll enjoy that, and then we'll come back and we'll be back live again. That's all right. No, we're practicing.
Yeah, practicing.
We're practicing, and we're going to do like a little Q&A session. So we have Eric, Catherine, myself. Andrew's going to be bringing some questions.
Yeah, we're monitoring
in.
the chat, trying to give you some questions that we
Absolutely.
would field with them.
Yep. So whether you're on YouTube or HaasCNC.com, you'll see the chat feature down below. Make sure you put any questions or comments in there, and we'll try to address as many as we can when we come back live.
That's right. We got some talking points we're going to try to cover
Yep.
as well, and kind of that group, more of that group setting. Anyway, of course, as always, we thank you so much for joining us. We've got Marcus Imes, as usual,
That's right.
monitoring the chat. He's going to be killing it as usual, answering questions.
Frank's waving his arms because
We're going to try to.
he needs something.
All right. All right, let's start it again.
Sink, sink, sink. Sink or
Sink it
swim.
up, baby.
I think we're
Sink or
sink
swim.
or swim.
I love it.
With no practice, we're going to probably sink tomorrow.
We need to do one more run when they're back to make
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
Because I thought that first time we thought that was going to be okay.
Yeah, it's fine. We're going to be across the aisle from
because
each other.
we had the mics live that whatever
Yes.
2 Fridays or 2 Thursdays or something ago. That like
All the
people are
background noise.
working
Yeah.
for real.
Yep. Are you going to go live again, Frank? All right, let's see. Waiting. There we go. Okay. What do you want us to do, Frank? Okay.
Let's do it as far. So what do we say? We're saying about.
What do you guys think? About here? That's perfect. Is that cool?
Line right here, practically all.
And go to the next line? Is that kind of our? I mean, that's you guys are going to go from line to line essentially. Okay.
So we end up at that line.
So Sal, close up, I'm wide.
Okay.
He's gonna be up here.
Okay. Frank, tell us when you're ready. All right. Wait, I got to turn this off because I'm hearing myself 10 seconds ago.
That's not weird.
10 seconds ago, I'm hearing me. All right. Here we go. And we are live. Welcome to Demo Day Live, November 2020 edition. Thanks for joining us.
That's right, here we are again. And this time we're out here on the UMC assembly line. This is where we put together all of the various UMC models. And we're going to talk about everything having to do with UMCs today.
Yep, it's UMC Day, November 4th, day after the election.
Everyone knows that's UMC Day, right?
That's right, yeah. Election Day, then UMC Day. We'll make this an annual event.
Yeah, that's right.
So speaking of UMCs, it's been hard to believe. It's been 7 years since we had the first
Crazy.
UMC. 2013 was the UMC 750. Since then, 7 years later, we have shipped 8,000, I just made that number up, 8,000 UMCs, over 800 this year alone. It's kind of hard to believe.
Yeah, and we've got a wide variety of models too.
Yeah, we have a bunch of models. So we have going from small to large, we have a UMC 500, we have the UMC 750, which is the OG UMC, UMC 1000, we just introduced the UMC 1250, and then we have a couple other models, and we've also got automation associated with all
That's right,
of them.
we've got robots that you can attach to, that's coming kind of.
Yep.
APLs, pallet changers, runs the gamut really. So you have a whole lot of options marrying automation up to
That's
these
right.
5-axis machines. And what's kind of special about the UMC series is that this is a full simultaneous 5-axis machine that's ready to go out of the gate. You don't need a big armload of options to make this a fully functional 5-axis machine.
That's right.
It's really, it's a full 5-axis machine ready to go, and you get that all at pretty just amazing prices, really.
Yeah, so today's going to be fairly technical. We're going to talk with a couple of engineers. Not going to be salesy, but we do want to mention that a full 5-axis UMC 500 can be on your floor for under $100,000, which is kind of hard to believe. And the UMC 500 roughly has a footprint of a VF2, so it's affordable, it's compact, and the UMC 750, the big brother to the UMC 500, can come on your floor for under $125,000. So enough with the sales part of it, but we felt that was really important and wanted to make sure we mentioned that.
Yeah, pretty incredible. You can get so much capability for just a really incredibly low price. So today, the plan for today is we're going to start off. Brian is going to get together with Eric Wood. He's the engineering manager who is responsible for all of the UMC design work. They're responsible for all these new UMC models, 500, 1000, 1500 dual, all of those.
Yep.
And he and his team, Brian's going to talk with him about how he and his team have done some of that work, as well as working on the redesigned UMC 750.
That's right. So Eric and his team took over the UMC 750, redesigned it, and then are responsible for all the other models. After Eric and I are done, we're going to switch over to Andrew and Catherine White. Now, Catherine is the manufacturing engineer. Her and her team are responsible for all the machines you see on the floor. So they make sure that every machine that goes out of here goes out correct. It's to spec. All the quality checks have been done. So anything assembly or machine shop related, Catherine and her team are in charge of.
Right, they're also responsible for bringing the new machines onto this line. So when they introduce the new 500 or the 1000 or the 1250 that we'll probably talk about a little bit later, they're responsible for bringing those machines on this line and making sure everything is kind of a smooth transition from design to the manufacturing floor. So after we're done talking with Eric and Catherine, we're going to take a break to take a look at a video that we shot that kind of gives you kind of an overview of the entire process of how we build the UMC from beginning to end, really starting from the raw castings out in the yard all the way to when they're ready to ship out the door on a truck.
Yep, so Tyler shot that video. It's about 6 minutes, I think, in length. Pretty cool video. Andrew and I, very minimal talking. You're gonna see a lot of really cool video. Like Andrew said, we start in the casting yard, we follow it all the way through the assembly process, all the way to shipping. So that's about a 6-minute video.
That's joining us. We're super glad that you could join us. We've got Marcus Imes again in the chat.
As always.
He's, of course, always there answering questions, killing it. We're going to try to have him chill out on maybe on the manufacturing side one, so we have a little bit of something extra for you guys to talk about.
Marcus, don't answer every question. We need something to come back to.
That's right. All right, so with that said, I think you and Eric are going to get started,
over here.
Right?
Yep. All right. And this might change depending on what the machine configuration is, but the plan right now is
You're going to branch off.
Eric will be standing here, and I'll come right here. And then we'll...
Maybe Rick could be ready, and then me start to...
So we'll have to do this tomorrow morning.
It's either going to be that machine or it's going to be one of those.
Okay.
So it'll
We'll wing it.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see.
Figure it out.
We didn't walk very fast, Brian. We walked
know.
like this far. Hey, here we are. We were gonna walk, but we're not gonna walk.
I feel like I was just doing this all the time.
Hey, you guys want to walk or what? Here we are on the UMC line.
We have a little walk, like a little. Every time we go.
Do you want to try that one more time? Walking faster?
I don't know. What do you think?
Or more
Should we
consistently?
walk to a point and stop? No, but I mean,
Yeah.
just as far as should we walk from one point to the next and stop? Okay.
We were going to go one square. We went like a quarter of a square. Okay. I want to try it one more time, and we'll
Sure.
start farther and go farther. We started here before?
We started here last time, yeah.
We must have gone that far. I guess maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know. Hang on, let me get to talk to these guys? Oh, lights. Lights. I thought you said mics.
The aperture lights are back in cam, aren't they?
Yeah, Jesus is using them for pictures.
Is he shooting tomorrow? Today, tomorrow?
Probably not.
Here, let's.
We could possibly get the lights.
We could get them, but you're kind of only going to have them for one spot, right? I mean, don't you really want them for where the highlight areas are? Like you'd aim one at this, like let's say we're talking at that machine and this machine. You'd aim one at each or something?
Yeah, exactly.
But not the walking in part, right?
These are not good in this like dark light. Where are you guys at? ISO 16? 1250. 1250? I'm at 16. Yeah, that's what I thought. You want to try going up to 16? And you're obviously super wide open. I'm at close to 0. What about shutter? 120? 125. We can cheat that down a little bit. Let's try 100 or 80.
Suck that light in there.
I'm at 100.
We can lower our ISO. Look at that ISO, yeah. Maybe go back to 1250 or 1000. Okay.
Are you 180? 180? 180? 180?
Yeah, 180 at 1000.
So Frank, do your pointing thing when you're ready for us to go.
Yeah, because we're not going to be able to hear you once it's loud in here again.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to hear shit.
Are you kidding?
Oh, we need the power packs.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, you guys don't have the battery packs on right now, huh? Oh.
So we need
Battery packs for cameras.
a pre-stream checklist.
Yeah, we do.
So every time we're doing one of these, we can go through and say check, check.
Yep. Yep.
Battery check. Your camera turned on, check. Especially tomorrow because we're so far away from all
Yep.
that
Oh
shit.
yeah, we can't run to grab it. So is there any other, if we'll strap the battery packs on here for tomorrow. I just made a note about that. Is there anything else that we haven't considered?
I didn't put it on today because I have enough battery anyways.
Okay.
But tomorrow I'm gonna have one over.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
For backup, just
Yep.
in case.
Yep.
As long as the one inside is fully charged, it should be good. It's
Okay.
when it's like dying is when I don't think the battery pack is like
Right.
charged. Yeah.
Right. Right.
That's
Yeah.
a really weird way that
Yeah.
the battery's not like that. Yeah, your battery has to be charged for me to work.
Yep. Yep.
What's that?
I'm gonna go to lunch. I know we were gonna talk.
It's all right.
at some point, but-
Yeah, go to lunch. We're still working out some stuff.
Still trying to figure out what the hell we're doing.
Yeah. And we are live. Welcome to Demo Day Live, November 2020 edition.
The UMC edition in this case,
The
right?
UMC edition, the
So we're out
post-election
here-
edition.
Yeah, that's right. So we're out here on the UMC assembly line. This is where we put together all of the various UMC models. And we're going to talk about everything having to do with UMCs today.
Yep, it's UMC Day. So hard to believe, but it's been 7 years since since we've been selling a UMC. Back in 2013, we sold the UMC 750, and 20 years later, we have a lot more models. We go from a UMC 500, the 750, the 1000, the 1000P, the 1500 Duo.
Ye-
Yes.
yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. The UMC 1250 is coming. We've got a 1500 Duo.
You can get many of these machines you can get with various automation options.
Right. And Frank, we're going to have two slides. So when I'm talking about machine models, and then when he says automation, we're going to have a separate slide. Okay.
All right, so you marry the UMCs up to APLs,
Pallet pools.
robots in the near future,
Yep.
pallet changers,
Pallet pools.
pallet pools, not pallet changers.
No, not yet. Pallet pools.
And what really kind of makes the UMC series unique is that you get a full simultaneous 5-axis machine that's ready to go out of the gate. You don't need a big arm load of options to make it a fully functional machine.
That's
So
right.
you get full 5-axis, ready to go, and you get it at really pretty amazing prices.
Yeah, so this is not a sales pitch kind of video, but we do want to mention that the UMC 500, you can have one on your shop floor for under $100,000.
I think we want to say starting at $100,000,
Okay,
right?
for about $100,000. So great little machine. It's compact. It's about the size roughly of a VF2. So for $100,000, you can have a full simultaneous 5-axis machine. And the next step up, the big brother, the UMC 750, you can have one for about $125,000.
Yeah, amazingly good deals.
Yep.
Like you said, we're not going to focus on that, but it's worth understanding that at the get-go.
And since we're talking about that, let's talk about numbers a little bit. This year alone, we're going to ship over 1,000 UMCs. Since 2013 in total, we've shipped whatever the number is, 9,000 UMCs. Kind of hard to believe. The numbers are pretty staggering.
That's right, and that's why this assembly line here could barely keep up with demand, really.
That's right.
The machine remains super popular, as I guess you'd expect to do it. You know, you got a lot of bang for the buck, for sure.
That's right. Affordable 5-axis, right.
That's right. So the general plan for today is we're going to start off, and Brian is going to speak with Eric Wood. He's a manufacturing engineer for the UMC, the entire UMC line. Eric Wood, he's a design, what did I say? Eric Wood, he's a design manager for the UMC line, and he and his team are responsible for designing all of the new UMCs, 500, 1000, 1500 Duo, as well as the redesigned 750.
That's right. And then after Eric and I are done talking, I'm going to throw it back over to Andrew, and he's going to be with Catherine White. Kate and her team are responsible for every machine on this floor going out of here in perfect quality and to specification. So anything assembly related, machine shop related, you name it, Catherine and her team make sure that the machines go out in good condition.
That's right, that's right. And, you know, both of us, you in design and me on the manufacturing side, kind of have a little inkling of what they do, because we both used to be out here doing those similar kinds of jobs maybe a half a lifetime ago or something.
Seems like it many years ago.
Yeah, so we can definitely identify with what they're going through on a day-to-day basis in terms of the design side and the manufacturing side. So after we're done with those two kind of interviews, if you will, We're going to take a break and we're going to watch a short video that we put together that kind of details, kind of gives you an overview of the entire U-assembly, the entire
UMC
process that we go through to put UMCs together, all the way from the raw castings all the way to the machine getting ready to ship out the door.
Yep, I think that's about 6 minutes, 6 and change. That's something Tyler put together. You're really going to enjoy it. As Andrew said, we walk you through from the casting phase, all the assembly processes, and then to actually out to the shipping area.
And then after that,
My mic or his? Because I've got the Shure mic.
are you sure about that?
Okay,
Here, let's put both. Let's just put both of
I'll
our.
just set it aside. That's not it though. It's- So what are you hearing? Dropouts or? Okay.
And I'll put mine here on my turret. It is now turned off. Yep.
It's going to turn out it's Frank's phone the whole time.
Why is everything all fucked up? All right, let's see if we can keep a steady, slow walk going this time.
Okay. I'll
seem like we
follow
keep-
your lead because we should be on the same. So
Okay.
the focus isn't
All
a
right.
problem for these guys.
Okay, right. I'll kind of keep
Yeah, I'll
moving
just
slowly.
keep pace with you. Yeah. And we are live. Welcome once again to Demo Day Live. This is the November 2020 edition.
That's right, or as we're going to call it, the UMC edition.
UMC edition.
So we're out here on the UMC assembly line. This is where we put together all of the various UMC models from the 500, 1000, 750, 1500 Duo. There's a whole bunch of them. We're going to talk about everything having to do with UMCs today.
Yep. So UMCs were started back in 2013. It's hard to believe it was 7 years ago. I think
Yeah.
you and I were both involved in those initial machines.
That's right, that's right.
Back in our engineering days.
That's right.
Forever ago. Since 2013, which was the initial UMC 750, we have built over 8,000 UMCs, which is almost impossible to believe. But if you're out here like we have been for the last couple of days and see these guys busting their butts making machines, you'd believe it. This is a busy, busy area.
That's right. These guys are they're frankly having trouble keeping up with demand. So, and what kind of makes this this UMC series of machines unique is that it's a fully, God damn it,
Full 5-axis.
it's a full wow, a full simultaneous 5-axis machine that's pretty much ready to go out of the gate. You don't need a big armload of options to get the machine fully functional. It's ready to go out of the gate, and you get all this productivity and capability for what's a pretty incredible price, really.
Yeah, that's right. And we're not going to this isn't a sales pitchy kind of thing. This is going to be very technical today. But we do want to mention that a UMC 500 can be on your shop floor for about $100,000. So if you're doing 3+2 work, simultaneous 5-axis work, for a machine that's roughly the size of a VF2, you can have a UMC 500 on your shop floor.
It's kind of mind-boggling.
Yeah, and even if you want to go the next step up to a UMC 750, the OG UMC as we call
Yeah,
it,
the OG.
you're looking at about $125,000. So that's it for the sales pitch, but we thought that was important. to
Yeah,
let
it's
you know.
definitely worth considering. You know, you get
Yep.
so much bang for the buck.
That's right.
So the general plan for today is we're going to do a couple of interviews, and then we're going to watch a quick video, and then we're going to come back and do a Q&A session. Now, to start us off with, Brian is gonna basically have a one-on-one session with Eric Wood, who's a design manager for the team that designs all of the UMCs here. They're responsible for all the new UMCs as well as the redesigned UMC 750.
Yeah, Eric and I did a video back, I don't know, about a year ago.
Yeah.
So if you're on our YouTube channel, check that out. It's the redesigned UMC 750. So when Eric and I are done, I'm going to toss it across the aisle over here to Andrew and Catherine White. Now, Catherine, or Kate as we call her sometimes, her and her team are responsible for every machine on this floor. So she and her team make sure that every machine goes out of here to spec, and it's a quality machine. What am I going to say there? I need to say something better than that.
Yeah, you said, yeah, specs and...
They go out of here to spec, and her and her team handle any issues that come up with either the assembly process or even in the machine shop. So Andrew and her are going to talk about that.
That's right, and even, yeah, even as far as bringing new machines on the line, they're also responsible for getting new
That's
machines into production. So every new one, the 500, the 1000 when it was new, and now we'll probably mention the 1250 later on.
Yep.
They'll be responsible for bringing those machines onto the floor and making sure that everything is a smooth transition
Yep.
between design, handing off to production.
So before we head on, we do want to mention all the models. We got a couple of graphics here that
then we got some technicals today.
What's that?
Oh, cool. Those damn cell phones.
What do you want us to do here? Okay, what happened there? Did you talk about the video? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that next.
Okay.
So you're gonna talk about
Yeah.
the machine configurations and
All right. So I want to, since we've been talking about all the UMC models, I definitely want to mention the entire product line. Frank, we've got a couple of graphics which you don't actually have. If you can bring up the machine graphic. So we've got a UMC 500, we got a 750, a 1000, a 1000P, a UMC 1250, which is new, a UMC 1500 Duo, a UMC 1600H, and then we have super speed variations of all of those.
that's right. And then in addition to that, we have automation solutions for a lot of those models. You
is
can
the
fit
second graphic.
APLs to those machines. You can fit pallet pools to those machines, and very soon we're going to be showing robots being
That's
fitted to
right.
those machines. So you have a wide variety of options for marrying automation up to your 5-axis
Yes.
machining.
So if you want to look some more, haascnc.com, look for Universal Machining Centers, and you can see all the models there.
That's right. So then after we do these two interviews between, with Eric and Brian, and then myself and Kate, we're then going to take a look at a short video that we made that kind of showcases the entire sequence of building UMCs, all the way from the raw casting stage, all the way until the machines are ready to ship out the door. We think it'll give you kind of a good overview of the whole process, and should be interesting to watch.
Yep, it's about 6 minutes, 6 and change. Tyler, one of our camera guys here, put it together. Super cool video, so you'll really enjoy that. Then when we finish that video, we'll come back live, and I'll have Eric and Catherine. Andrew will be off camera for the most part, but we want to answer your questions. So we're gonna have a little Q&A session. We've got some preloaded questions, but if you're interested in anything assembly related, whether it's the assembly process, the machining process, even the design process.
Side of it, yeah,
Yep.
that's right. Please enter those questions in the chat, and we'll do our best to get to some of those, and let Brian and the two engineers answer those questions, and
Yep.
it should be kind of interesting, I think.
Yeah, so if you're on YouTube or haascnc.com, we've got the chat feature enabled. Make sure you put your questions or comments in there.
That's right. And then, of course, we thank you very much for joining us, as always. And, of course, we have Marcus Imes in the chat. He's going to do a great job, as
Marcus
always,
Imes.
of answering all of your questions. We're going to try to ask him to hold back a little bit on the engineering side, so that Brian and the engineers actually have something to talk about at the end here.
Yes, so Marcus, please don't answer everything. Leave us something.
Yeah, give some vague answers on some of those.
There you go.
All right, so with that said, I think you're ready to get started with Eric, right?
I'm going to head over here with Eric.
All right.
All right. So, yeah, I think, well, he's got to stay on Tyler if you're going to cross over.
Yeah, I won't do anything until after Tyler lands there. Want to
Okay.
hit it one more time? Let's do it again. Yeah.
The transition? Okay.
From the top or just the?
Just the transition.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, I think it's time to get started. Enough of us talking.
That's right. So we know Marcus Lime's going to kill it in the chat. So you're about to get started with Eric Wood, right?
Yep, we're going to go right over here.
Alrighty.
All right. Eric's standing over here patiently, or maybe impatiently, waiting for me. What's up, Eric? Oh. That's. All right. You happy with that? Yep.